Nathan.
I just thought that was something you wanted.
One administrator.
They wanted to.
Calls meeting to order Monday, November 15th. Roll call, please.
Mayor Anderson.
Here.
Troy Dolan.
Here.
Troy Dolan.
Here.
Will Wilkie. Art Schott.
Here.
Teresa Swigan.
Here.
Mike Tiedemann.
Agenda was sent out. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Second. Motion by Tiedemann, seconded to adopt the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is adopted. November 1st, 2021. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Dolan moves to approve minutes from the November 1st, 2021 meeting.
Motion by Doden, seconded to approve the November 1st, 2021 minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved. No visitors to be heard, I believe. No reports. Department head report. Finance officer.
We should find out your place setting the October financials. There weren't too many out of the ordinary expenses. The east substation and the fiber to the home projects are really winding down. We paid out $1,006 for the east substation, and we paid out $1,871 for the fiber to the home. And then also we paid out Don Christensen for the tree trimming, which came in at $4,200, which was approved by council. Everything's looking good. However, the insurance has not come out yet. I'm still waiting on Jensen's to get me the invoice. So I'm hoping the first meeting in December, they'll have it to me by then so we can get it finalized. I spoke with Teresa about possibly doing a committee meeting December 6th, which would be Teresa, Tiedemann, and Doden. Would it work prior to the meeting to go get some of the financials?
Basically, I told Elaine that we should review the transfers and South Dakota Fit stuff before year end if there's any adjustments that we need to do.
What time you want to meet?
Doesn't
Do
matter.
you want to do 6 o'clock?
You know, people start coming in at 6:30. Should we do 5:30?
Sure. If that works for Mike and Teresa?
Yeah.
You said on the 6th?
Yes.
At 5:30.
What came out of the golf course to go from 40 to 25? Any idea? They buy anything? Just the holidays?
It looks like there was quite a large electric bill on the golf course side, which is most likely irrigating the pumps. And
Well, how much difference was that from September?
I don't have September's, but October's was $2,175.
Gotta be on the revenue side. In October, we don't bring a lot of revenue, so.
Mhm.
Well, the expenses are gonna be the same for all our payroll and everything, so that's shifted over, so we're paying a lot more payroll than we're bringing in, and so I'm sure that's gotta be the big difference.
And so October was kind of a wet, cooler month, so I know the golf course, their revenue was way down at the property.
That's a lot of just sort of locals now, they're already members, so we don't get much out of that.
Is there a motion to approve the October 21 financial report?
Dolan moves to approve the financial report.
Second.
Motion by Doden, seconded to approve the October 2021 financial report. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Is there a motion, or the volunteer fire department has a request for a one-day malt beverage license on December
the fire department submitted an application and paid their fee to have us a one-day malt beverage license for February 5th for a poker night at the fire station. And so I would like to have the public hearing at the next council meeting on December 6th.
So I can make a motion, set hearing date for one-day malt beverage license for the Beresford Fire Department on December 6th.
Second.
Motion by Swagen, seconded to set the hearing date for the one-day malt beverage license on December 6th, 2021. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Part-time wage scale.
So in your council packet, we added the pool attendant with certification, pool lifeguard, pool manager, and clubhouse attendant, and administrative assistant. So the administrative assistant would be a position that could be filled at the liquor store to back up Maverick, and it is being utilized out at the clubhouse right now.
What is the clubhouse attendant and
Okay.
clubhouse attendant versus the bartender?
Clubhouse attendant is usually a high school kid that gets the golf carts ready,
So more of
takes
an
care of
outlet.
the landscaping around the bridges,
Cleans the golf carts, gas them
Yeah.
up.
kind of gets them all prepped. Yeah.
Okay, so not a bartender.
Nope.
Is there a motion to approve the 2022 part-time wage scale?
So I make a motion to approve the wage scale.
Dolan second.
Motion by Schott, seconded by Dolan, to approve the 2022 part-time wage scale. Further discussion?
I think I just got one question. If there's a little trouble with labor, I'm just saying, next year, you just come back in and discuss it again if need be.
Definitely.
Alright.
I think Greg's been already at the school recruiting for next season, which is good.
No further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Resolution 2021-10 flood insurance program.
So the discussion we had last meeting about the flood insurance program is again designed to allow people who are located in a floodplain purchase insurance through the federal program. Their mortgage lenders will not lend money to borrowers who are in a floodplain if we're not part of that program. So I know Leo and the Lawrences were here last time, and Bogle Eyes. They want to be able to make sure that they can market their property. And we've got a deadline of January 15th to do that. So the resolution, and I know one of the questions you'd ask, what's the city's obligation going forward? Only if there's any activity from a planning and zoning standpoint within those floodplain areas, then the city's supposed to report to FEMA any mitigation efforts they've done to make sure that there's no additional problems, I guess, within those flood boundary maps. So the boundary maps can be modified, and that's what Banner Engineering is working on, doing the surveying to assess the level, the property where the buildings actually sit versus the floodplain, knowing that those have been built up from possibly when those areas were mapped by FEMA. The resolution appoints the city administrator with the obligations to notify FEMA of any changes that are done within the floodplain area, or any changes in the map. And so that's really the only thing the resolution does. It just authorizes Jerry to act on the city's behalf in reporting to the FEMA administrators about any issues within the zoning jurisdiction of the city that might involve floodplain properties. So do you want to talk about the ordinance while we're doing this at the same time then? Ordinance would be a first reading, so you won't need to take action tonight. It's a cookie cutter ordinance that FEMA requires. About 6 or 7 of the 15 or 18 pages, whatever it turns out to be, are, maybe it's more than that, 25 pages. Or definitions of how they define the various things throughout the rest of the ordinance, 24 pages. So, there was one area we didn't get changed over. Jerry pointed out on page 15, the section A needs to have the City of Beresford, should say City Administrator, appointed the floodplain administrator for the City of Beresford. Again, this is required by FEMA in order for the city residents to be able to participate or to obtain flood insurance that would be through the federal program and recognized by lenders. Otherwise, you're going to be unable to sell your properties except for cash customers that wouldn't need flood insurance. So, it does allow the city to go back and modify the map through the letter determination, and that's what Banner's working on. But
we can do the first reading and then do the
final
changes for
path.
the second one.
There'll just be the one change that, unless there's others that you have identified on page 15, will just be inserting city administrator where it says designated official. I just missed getting that one changed, so.
And the resolution, you need a motion.
That we do need a motion for.
Shall make a motion for resolution 2021-10 flood insurance program as stated by our city attorney, Tom Freeberg.
Boom, second.
Motion by Shot, seconded to consider resolution 2021-10 flood insurance program. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved, and we'll.
The minutes will just reflect the first reading of the ordinance 2021-08 then. So.
Quick question, Jerry. Banner, give us a time frame on doing their surveying?
They are working on it, so I don't know exactly when they'll be done. They were supposed to send the guys down and they're gonna write the letters, so I can follow up with them. See if they're doing
I
that.
just didn't know if it was gonna be a week, a month, or what.
Have they been done at all?
They were hired 3 weeks ago, so.
Have you seen them in your neighborhood at all?
No, I have not.
And they know they have a deadline.
They don't necessarily have a deadline themselves. This doesn't reflect that, but
Oh, okay.
we have to get it going on right away.
They give you a year grace period in there. Where they could possibly get reimbursed for some or all of the premiums if they have to buy flood insurance. If there's a modification of the map that pulls someone that's in the floodplain out of the floodplain. So if they purchased insurance based upon that representation, the map changes them or there's a letter determination that they're out, then they could possibly get reimbursed for that up to 1 year of premiums if they paid for flood insurance.
All right, sounds like we're on the right track. Thank you.
New business, declare surplus property telephone cable.
Austin has some cable or telephone pair up to 100, 250, or 200 pair, 150, 100 pair that we no longer need. We just want to get them out of there because we don't going to be using them anymore. So he wants them declared surplus, and as far as value, when I talked to him about, he didn't really know if there's any value to sell on some of this now. He just doesn't. It's kind of, if you can find someone that wants it, we don't really set it. So if we sell them for 500 or less, or whatever that number is, he thought maybe you could trade with somebody that still uses that kind of stuff. A lot of this is stuff that we got for pennies on the dollar from one of the other telephone companies out West River. When we bought a bunch of other stuff, so we still have this sitting around, we're not going to use it anymore. So
Have it declared nominal.
declare it a nominal value. Yeah. Like I said, we paid pennies
In
on
order
the
to
dollar.
sell the copper, we'd have to strip all the insulation off.
There's not many pounds of copper there. We get up to it.
Let's move to declare all the copper, all that copper wire and all the wire that
Austin wants nominal value.
Second.
Motion by Boone and seconded to declare surplus property of nominal value from telephone cable. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. John Ganshaw's off probation. There's a request to move from 1914 to 1974 an hour effective when? 11/19?
November 3rd.
11/19 is the payroll, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gordon moves to, move John off of probation and increase his wage from 1914 per hour to 1974. Effective pay period beginning November 3rd, 2021.
Second. Motion by Boone and seconded to remove probation of John Ganshaw and increase his wage to 1974 an hour, effective November 3rd. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. CCOG.
Union County, they were talking about, or they were talking about redistricting and all that kind of stuff for the state, and we also will have to do that as a city to take a look at our wards to try to keep them within a certain population base. So CCOG did it for us last time. They have access to all the software that the census makes available. So they would come in and work with us, that maybe provide us up to 4 hours of service. So that means what they'll do is they'll make a map, probably 3 or 4 different maps, and we'll try to keep it within a 5% of each other ward, so that we're kind of all similar size populations in that ward. So ideally, we would like to keep them all the same, but wherever there's been some growth, you're going to probably see some of those wards increase. Probably Ash Creek area for sure. I've seen some residential growth, so maybe not so much. So I think we'll do that, and then we'll take a look at it, and then we'll determine where we should be with that, and then we'll put that in place, and that'll be effective for the next election that we have, general election.
Dodd moves to authorize the mayor to sign the third-party services agreement for voter ward redistricting with CCOG.
Motion by Doone and second to authorize third-party services agreement with CCOG for voter ward redistricting. Any further discussion?
What does this cost us?
It's nothing for the first 4 hours, and it's $50 per hour if we have to have them come back and up and down. Usually they come down and explain it one time for us, and then
So the 4 hours should cover most of
it
it?
should, unless we have a lot of changes we want made after that.
Okay.
No further discussion? All fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Rubble site hours.
Yes, here, and we're going to run full hours through December 4th. Starting that next week, we'd only be open Saturday, which would be December 11th, all the way through, probably most likely February. It really drops off after that. But this to give everyone a chance to still clean up their yards. And obviously, once the snow flies, they won't be very busy out there. So, and I know Jeff works with the contractors that we have, and they've got that. One of them is doing a major construction project. If they need to get in, Jeff or his guys will go out and open the gates. They can keep working on their projects. So, it just doesn't pay us to have someone sit out there all day long.
The hours reflected on the channel 8
Yeah, we will.
change.
Channel 8, Facebook,
Okay.
website.
Instagram, TikTok.
Are you
Are you gonna do the
TikTok?
TikTok?
Twitter.
Those are little things.
We could have all of you.
So we're only gonna have Saturday?
Like we do it every year.
Okay, Saturday, what's the hour Saturday?
9 to 3.
9 to 3, lunch hour?
Like the Applebee's.
No, he usually just sits out there on lunch hour.
Alright,
Well, it's 9 to 12 and then 1 to 3, but
Usually there.
So it's just on Saturdays in the winter time?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
not unless you're a contractor, no job.
Right.
Good man, Jeff.
What date does that change?
The week of December 11th, we will only go to Saturdays. We used to be normally Tuesday through Saturday.
That Monday is December 6th.
Yeah, so.
So that week would be closed except for Saturday.
So it ends in February, but
Usually towards the end of February, we kind of play the weather a little bit. See if
It's muddy out there. You don't
It's
want
too
them out there
sloppy
if
and
it's too
muddy,
muddy.
No.
snow melting all the time, we don't want people up in there, they'll just tear it up.
Sure.
Is there a motion to, on travel request to approve the telephone travel and Mitchell for Ganshaw, Warwick, and Grand Valley?
Dodden so moves.
Second.
Motion by Dodden, seconded to approve the three travel requests. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Dodden moves, we pay the bills.
Motion by Dodden, seconded to authorize payment of the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No. I was gonna do it if you.
We have executive session?
Yeah, our one's going for a little bit, didn't Char? Pardon? Personnel, executive session for personnel.
Personnel, I'd like to go into executive session for personnel.
Need a motion?
Are you asking or do you?
That was a motion. Well, I guess I'm asking.
Dodden makes a motion to go to executive session for personnel.
Second.
Motion by Dodden, seconded to the executive session for personnel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
See you.